Welcome along to this abdominal sequence. Find yourself in mountain pose, connecting with the breath, relaxing the body. Place the right palm of your hands at the center of your hips and the left at your coccyx. You're going to pelvic tilt. So anterior and posterior tilting. Imagine like a bucket and you're trying to pour it forward and backwards, warming up the lower, deep abdominal tissues. Finding the center, drawn in the navel. Then taking a deep inhalation. Exhale heavy. Extend your arms up with the inhale. Eye gaze follows. And as you exhale, forward fold, bending the knees. Inhale to a flat back, extending the spine. As you exhale, step your right foot way back. Stepping into a plank, squeeze your backside and press into the heels. Lifting into downward facing dog, you may pedal out the heels or you may find some stillness. Always tuning into what your body needs. Dropping to the knees, chest and chin. Scoop up to baby cobra. Peeling the chest bone away from the ground. And coming back onto the toes. Drawing back into what looks like a modified child's pose. Downward facing dog, right foot forward between the hands. Stepping forward, forward fold, head heavy, inhale, flat back. Rolling up now, head and shoulders are the last thing to release at the top into mountain pose. Deep breath in, arms sweep. Exhale, forward fold, knees soft. Connecting movement with breath to a flat back. Exhale, left foot way back. Eye gaze forward. Stepping into plank. Knees are nice and soft as you lift your sit bones towards the sky. Finding all fours, leading with the chest and the chin as you scoop up either to baby cobra or an upward facing dog. From plank, you're going to walk the right hand to the center as you open up into a side plank. Slowly bringing the hips up and down towards the mat. Drawing the navel in. Coming back to plank. Shift the weight forward, chaturanga. Option there is on the knees. Lifting into a baby cobra before you press firmly into the hands and coming up into seal. Let your hips be really heavy here and descend downwards towards the mat. Bringing your tailbone back towards your heels. Curl your toes under and round the spine into cat. Dropping down into cow as you pull back now, making this a fluid movement. From cat to cow as you pull back. Feeling every part of the shoulders and the spine release tension, creating mobility and strength through the core. Finding all fours. Very gently, you're going to hover the knees just off the mat. Walking with the right foot, left foot, forward and backwards. Keep your hips really still here. No bouncing, controlled core movement. Releasing down to the knees. Take a moment to release the wrists by taking a deep breath in as you send your arms up and overhead. Soften your shoulders. Back to all fours. Just look over the right and the left side of your shoulders, releasing the neck. Right leg goes long, flex and point your ankle joint. Extend the left arm. Bringing the right heel in, you're going to reach the left arm back. Once you can grip, you're going to really focus on pushing up and out, simultaneous movement. Changing sides, left leg goes long, flex and point your ankle joint. Bringing the heel into a flexed position and extending the arm long before you reach back, gripping for the ankle or the foot. Really focus on pushing up and out. Downward facing dog, long spine. Step the right foot forward. Open up into a wide-legged forward fold, transitioning to the other side of your mat, stepping into plank. Bringing the hand towards the center, you're going to work into side plank dips, slow and controlled. If it's too intense, just bend the underneath leg and drop it down towards the mat. From plank, you're going to lead with the right knee to the right elbow, left knee to left elbow. Try not allow the hips to pike up towards the ceiling. Keep them dropped down. Alternating sides before we lift into a downward facing dog. Really slowly descend down onto the knees, allow them to kiss the mat and come back to downward facing dog. Doing a few rounds here. Releasing down onto the shins, interlace the knuckles, push your sternum bone, the center of your chest right up towards the ceiling and look back. Release the neck and the shoulders. Coming to a seated position on your mat. Hinge back from the hips, reaching the arms forward, coming into Nirvasana modified. Extend and pull in. Extend and pull in. Draw the navel in and squeeze the abdominals, upper, mid and lower. Keep going. This can be quite intense. Don't give up. Slowly releasing down, extend the legs up. Create like a triangle shape and place it at the base of your spine. Play around with your hand positioning so that it's comfortable. Slowly extend the legs down towards the mat. Watching for the range of movement. Everybody's different here. If you need to bend the legs and not go so deep, that's perfect. Once you're working towards your own edge, keep alternating. Bend your knees, giving yourself a nice release. Place them down onto the mat. Placing the left hand to the temple, bringing the right knee towards the left elbow. Coming into the obliques here. Side body work. Really focus on the armpit more so than the elbow. Extend the leg long, releasing the hip flexor before you earth it down onto the mat. Changing sides. Armpit towards knee. Lifting up and across the body. Breathe. Do not hold your breath when you're working your abdominals. Release the leg long, drop and then release. Bring the heels in towards your sit bones, round up, pressing deep down into the heels and into the balls of the feet, checking that your hips are level. Squeeze your bum and push a little bit more up onto the shoulders. Creating that triangle shape again. Allow your spine to unravel and rest down. You're going to alternate sides before you press down and lift the hips up, pressing the toes up towards the sky into a reverse curl. Take your time, pause me whenever you need to. Working again on the range of movement, making sure that you're not walking past your edge. Taking the two legs together, you're going to draw circles to the right and to the left. You should be feeling this on the waist side, the lower abdominals and mid abdominals. Slowly lower the two legs, and if it's too intense, just do one at a time before you scoop the knees back in towards the chest. Long, strong, steady movements, going for length. Squeeze the tummy muscles as you draw in and firmly press your shoulder blades back and down. Using a little bit of momentum to come up to a seated position, cross your legs and draw circles to the right and left with the spine, shaking out the shoulders and the hips. Root the right and the left hands behind into the mat as you push your heart up towards the sky, shaking out your hips. Twisting around into downward facing dog. You're going to lift the right leg and come down into chaturanga. If this is too intense, just move from downward facing dog. Lifting the leg will work the abdominals and the core, making your foundation slightly more unstable. From plank, you're going to lead with the left leg to each elbow before you dip down and pull up. Leading with the other side now, tipping each elbow, dipping down and lifting up. Shortening the range of movement, coming to all fours and walking slowly and steadily backwards, leading with the feet followed by the hands. Leading with the hands followed by the feet, and then trying to use the right arm and the left leg, right hand and right foot. Here I'm demoing how to do eagle arms before we come down into a laying position on our back. Make sure that you do each side. It's a beautiful shoulder release and it will broaden the scapula and the muscles on the back. Lifting the elbows up and away from the body. Stretching and leading with the elbows back to open the chest. Lay down and extend the legs up into the air. Take your time transitioning. Slowly lower one leg and wrap like ropes. Use the ground to anchor you in as you bind the legs, twisting the arms and the legs and coming into a crunch. Alternating sides, leading with the elbows, knees in towards the heart. Place the elbows back and down behind you and allow the soles of the feet to find each other as they drift down towards the ground. The knees hold no tension. This is a beautiful and opening pose. We're going to alternate sides now. Using the mat again here as an anchor so that I can get a good bind on the legs. Wrapping the arms and the legs like ropes and crunching up and alternating sides. Crunch and squeeze. Extend the arms, extend the legs, and coming into happy baby pose. Breathing into your hips. Trying to pull the shoulder blades back and down. Two legs long and strong, using a little bit of momentum to come up into modified boat pose, alternating each leg, shooting it long. You're going to wood chop right and left, straight strong arms and back to the legs. So we're going to alternate between lower and upper body. Wood chop. Wearing a smile when it gets challenging. Cross the legs. Coming into a comfortable seat of your choice. Rubbing into the abdominals, giving them a beautiful massage. Releasing into the shoulders, right and left, using the hand to firmly press it down, creating some release in the neck. Thumb and index finger touch. Connecting with breath the way you began your practice. Reflecting on the practice. Giving yourself some deep gratitude, recognizing your inner strength, and affirming to yourself, I am strong. This will help to strengthen up your solar plexus, the seat of your confidence. Feel the heat flowing through your body. From my heart to your heart. Namaste.